Writing style problems, no actor and subject, supplemental video. The actor in a sentence is the person or the entity who performs the action. This actor should be in the subject position. Actors are nouns or pronouns. Sometimes these people or places will have proper nouns, names, that we use in place of a standard noun or pronoun. The reason that we need these actors in the subject position of our sentences is to guide our average reader through our sentences. Now, why is this a problem? Well, the average reader in the United States reads on a 4th to 8th grade reading level, which means that these are adults who are still reading at the level that they read at when they were 9 to 14 years old. So when we send out complicated sentences, those sentences can be too difficult for them to understand. We don't want that. So when the actor is not in the subject position of the sentence becomes more difficult to understand for that average reader. So we want to move the actor from wherever it is in the sentence and try to put it in the subject position. So how do we do that? Well, first we have to find the subject of each clause in the sentence. Remember, a sentence can have multiple clauses. For each subject that you find, you need to find the verb that goes with that subject. Then, ask whether the subject you found for that verb is actually performing the action in that clause. If the answer is yes, then the actor is in the subject position and you have a clear clause. You can leave it alone. There are no problems here. But if the answer is no, then you have found a no actor in subject writing style problem, and you need to rewrite the clause to fix the problem. Now, there are two words that you have to be really careful about when looking for no actor in subject. Anytime you find the word there, T-H-E-R-E, in the subject position of the sentence, that is a no actor in subject problem, because there is a place, it's a location, and we cannot have it do anything. We can go over there, but there cannot pick itself up and come over to us. So anytime you have there in the subject position, you have a clarity problem in the sentence. There's a no actor in the subject, and you need to rewrite the sentence. The other word to be careful about is the word it. It always refers to the last previous noun. And for good writing style, that means that you cannot begin a paragraph or a paper with the word it. Although you can begin some sentences and some clauses with the word it, you must go back and make sure that that it is referring to the last previous noun that came before the word it. Otherwise, you probably have a no actor in subject problem. Now let's talk about how to fix the problem. The fix is really simple. First, you ask who or what is actually performing the action in the sentence. The verb that you found, since that subject's not doing the work, then you've got to figure out what it is. Then you rewrite the clause to put the who or the what in the subject position. Now, in a sentence that you could easily find the answer, you just have to rewrite the sentence. In a sentence where the actor was missing, in the real world, you would go and do the research to find out what that actor was supposed to be. On a test or on an exercise for the classroom, you can always just make up the actor as long as the sentence flows well. On the next slide, I'm going to give you an example. So, the dart was thrown by the Red Raider. The dart is the subject of this sentence. Was thrown is our action verb. But who actually threw that dart? Well, that's the Red Raider. That's the easiest answer. But without knowing that, this sentence could have two interpretations. The first interpretation is that the dart itself, was thrown by, and we end up focusing on the word by, as in it went by the Red Raider. He's not the one that threw it, but it flew by him. So when we rewrite the sentence, we would just change the verb. The dart flew by the Red Raider. In this case, the dart is actually performing the action in the sentence. But that's a case where the dart would be more important than actually who did the action. In most cases, the rewrite that we will want will end up being the Red Raider threw the dart, so the Red Raider becomes our actor, and he's in the subject position. We've picked him up and we have moved him from someplace later in the sentence, and we have adjusted our verb. It's almost the same, we've just adjusted it a little bit. So now the Red Raider threw the dart. Both of these sentences are a little bit easier to understand for that average 4th to 8th grade level reader, or you would say the average 9 to 14-year-old reading level that most adults in the United States have after they've grown up and they've stopped going to college and they're not regularly reading. So now you understand no actor and subject, how to find it, and how to fix it. This ends this video.